Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
It's the first day of school for many students across our area today. A new cell phone policy is in place at schools in Wake County. How students will have to adjust to that in the classroom. Filling vacancies, schools across the area working to hire more staff as this new school year begins. The investments leaders in Durham say they are making.
Another comfortable day as the kids head out to the bus stop. We'll talk about what they'll need as they head out the door.
Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30. Great to have you with us as so many of you begin a new school year. You've got this. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Weather-wise, this day will deliver.
It will. Don't have to worry about the raincoats or the umbrellas. Nice and comfortable out there. 71 this morning and then 87 as the kids get off the bus. So a really good looking day. We take a live look at Durham right now. We do have some cloud cover out there in a few spots, so it'll be variably cloudy as the kids head out the door. 72 is our temperature and our dew point 70. So it's a very summer feeling morning out there. Our temperatures in the 60s, though, in some places. Roxborough, Oxford, South Hill, Rocky Mount, Goldsboro, all in the 60s right now. Low to mid 70s elsewhere. And in our back to school planner again, temperatures at lunchtime likely to be in the low 80s, and then getting off the bus, temperatures in the upper 80s. Big changes coming, though. I'm going to talk about a cold front and the fall feel it will deliver coming up.
Can't wait. Elizabeth, thank you. New cell phone restrictions will be in place today as Wake County students return to class. WRAL's Laura Levine is live at the new Felton Grove High School in Apex this morning to explain the changes. Laura, good morning.
Renee, good morning. Yes, Felton Grove High School. It is a new school here in Wake County for the first time, opening its doors to students in this area. And with the new changes that's coming here, we also know it's not the only thing that's new. Students also having to put these devices away when being in these classrooms.
Wake County Public School students are unplugging from the summer and cracking open new lessons without digital distractions.
I've generally seen less of teachers having to tell students to put their phones away or telling them to focus in class.
Some schools already had individual rules in place, but this summer the school board approved a district-wide policy. At a base level, the policy keeps most elementary and middle school students off their phones all day, while allowing some exceptions at the high school level. It requires phones and other wireless communication devices to be stored in a locker, backpack, or some other place that is out of sight. It also requires smartwatches to be disconnected from smartphones, and it does allow phones to be used when teachers authorize them for learning or during transition times. Some exceptions at all schools include allowing cell phones for students with approved health, safety, or communication needs.
We want our phones in our hands. We don't want anyone taking our phones. However, the majority of Generation Z and Generation Alpha, our youth in general, they agree that phones are a big problem.
And school leaders here at Felton Grove High School, they say that students are going to be required to put those phones on silent and keep them stored away unless a teacher allows them to take it out. Meanwhile, we also know today is the first day of school, so getting accustomed to some of these changes will take some time. The first bell rings here at 7:15. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Apex.
A reminder for Wake County parents, school meal prices are going up 25 cents for the new school year. Elementary school breakfast is now $2 and lunch is $2.75. Middle and high school breakfast is $2.25. Lunch is $4. Families can apply for free or reduced price meals online. And new this year, there will be free breakfast offered to all students at Carroll Magnet Middle, Garner Magnet High, and South Garner High School. Durham Public Schools is heading back to class this morning as well. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live this morning at EK Poe Elementary in Durham. Kelsey, kids are heading back to class as the district is still trying to fill open jobs.
Yes, Renee, they are. Hundreds of students will be here at EK Poe Elementary in the next few hours for their first day of school. Now, we've been staying on top of vacancies in Durham Public Schools throughout the summer break. A new school year begins today, and the district still needs to hire more people. Our WRAL Education Insider dug into the numbers. At last check, Durham Public Schools teacher vacancy rate is just over 7%. That means they still need about 128 teachers. Their vacancy rate for instructional assistants is at 5.48%, and 10 bus driver positions still need to be filled. Anthony White oversees transportation for the district. He says they're offering new benefits to attract more applicants.
We want to have an investment in our drivers and not just a paycheck, but we want to also pour into them as individuals. We want to make sure that we're building their capacity.
WRAL Investigates has a full breakdown of vacancies in schools across the Triangle, so you can know how this could impact your students' learning this year. You can watch tonight at 6. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Durham.
Back to school drivers in Raleigh will have to navigate lane closures on a busy commuter route. An eastbound lane on Tryon Road is still closed after more than a week as crews work to repair a broken sewer line. This closure is near several schools that are starting today. WRAL's Heidi Kirk joins us live from Tryon Road. And Heidi, drivers will want to keep their eyes peeled if they're headed that way this morning.
Yes, Renee, they will. And certainly it's quiet out here this morning in the early hours of the morning. But in just a couple of hours, we're expecting the traffic to pick up here. And this is going to be something that drivers will have to navigate. I'm going to step out of the way and show you what we're seeing out here now. As you mentioned, this is one eastbound lane closed between Avent Ferry Road and Gorman Street, again on Tryon Road. Now, crews have been working for more than a week to repair that broken sewer line. In fact, we were here the day that happened. A spokesperson for Wake County Public Schools says it's forcing adjustments to some bus stop locations. And the city of Raleigh says crews have coordinated with school transportation staff to make sure that parents are aware of those changes. Now, here's the good news for you. They do plan to have this open by the end of the week. So although it may create a little bit of a hassle for some people this morning, they do expect to open that back up in just a few days. Heidi Kirk, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Don't forget, WRAL is your back-to-school headquarters. We have you covered for the start of a new school year. Get help with back-to-school sleep schedules, packing healthy school lunches, and more on WRAL.com. Just search Back to School. A man was hurt in a shooting that left a neighborhood riddled with bullet holes in Wake County. This happened yesterday afternoon in the Noose Estates mobile home park off Pool Road. One woman told WRAL she got a phone call from her neighbor saying a man had been shot in the head. The sheriff's office says the man is expected to recover. No other injuries were reported. We did reach out to Wake County Sheriff's Office for more information. UNC Hospital's Chapel Hill campus is operating as usual this morning after a threat was determined to be a hoax. The hospital system says it went into lockdown just after 7 last night after receiving the threat. Within minutes, police determined the threat was fake. The lockdown was lifted after about a half hour. We've reached out to the hospital to find out what kind of threat it received. Police found no active shooter at the University of South Carolina after the school issued an alert. It was reported at a library on the university's campus just before 7 last night. Officers who arrived to investigate found no evidence of a shooter. An all clear was given on campus after a little over an hour. The school says a couple of students were treated for injuries they received during evacuation. Today, biotech company Genentech will break ground on a new manufacturing facility in Holly Springs. Governor Josh Stein and U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick are expected to attend. The new plant will be off Friendship Road. It will support development of Genentech's obesity medications. It's expected to open by the end of 2030 and create more than 400 jobs. The groundbreaking is scheduled for 10 this morning. Starting today, you'll see more law enforcement officers patrolling the roads across the state for the next few weeks. It's part of the governor's Highway Safety Labor Day Booze It and Lose It campaign. The goal is to minimize the number of impaired drivers on the road. It's also to inform drivers about the risks of driving while under the influence. The increased patrols will run through September 7th. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is the 10th largest ever, $750 million. The cash-out value on the $750 million grand prize is $338 million. Still a nice chunk of change. There have been 36 drawings since the last time the jackpot was hit. That was all the way back in May when a ticket in California matched all the numbers. You can watch tonight's drawing live at 11 p.m. right here on WRAL to see if you match all the numbers. Back open after Chantal. People can swim at a Chapel Hill pool again after it was closed because of storm damage. How the summer community fixture recovered. And honoring identity. Hundreds gathered in Durham to celebrate Black August. What the celebration means for African Americans in the Triangle. And we'll give you a live look at Fenton and Cary right now. A cold front is moving across our state today. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner explains the false fall in the forecast and when we're going to feel the cool down.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:43 and heading out the door feels comfortable. 69 in Wilson right now, 72 in Durham and 75 in Fayetteville. Temperatures may drop a few more degrees. It's nice and quiet out there. Some cloud cover, some clear skies in a few spots. It's going to be a really nice day. If you have the opportunity to spend your lunch hour outside, a little on the warm side, 82, but we'll start to see a nice drop in our humidity for today. It'll be a really nice day for the kids to head back to school. Nobody has to take along the raincoat or the umbrella, and they won't really need jackets either. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s to low 70s as they head out the door, and then mid to upper 80s. So shorts and t-shirts a day for sure. Now, later in the week, that changes. I'm going to show you a cold front coming through and how much that'll drop our temperatures, especially in the mornings.
This morning, the Raleigh Land Area Trust is breaking ground on the city's first permanently affordable cottage court community. This is happening at Lavelle Moton Park at 10:30. The project will include 18 new homes. Families earning 50 to 80% of the area median income will be able to buy one of the homes for as little as $145,000. 4 units will be reserved as rental properties. The project honors Idlewild, the first place in Raleigh where formerly enslaved people could own land. Downtown Durham paused to honor African American identity. This was the Black August in the Park event in Durham Central Park. It was billed as an event for people of African descent to come together, assert their worth, and promote social and cultural change while honoring a legacy of historical struggles.
The mood is everything. It's just pure culture, pure excitement, oneness, a big celebration.
Just good vibes. You don't have to worry about any kind of foolishness going on. You're just here just having a good time.
I know people travel like a really long time to get here, like just to experience this. So I'm just really happy to be a part of it.
This was the 10th year for Black August in the Park. Officers in Florida were on patrol at an Orlando crosswalk near the site of the Pulse nightclub mass shooting. A colorful crosswalk memorial in honor of the 49 people killed at the nightclub back in 2016. That was until state workers removed the artwork. Tony Atkins spoke with protesters who were determined to repaint the area.
This was a crosswalk and it was part of a memorial, and it wasn't bothering anyone. There was no reason for this to be removed.
Early Sunday morning, the chalk and the signs were out. Dozens of people went to the Pulse site to fill the sidewalks with color. But as for the crosswalk,
he told us we couldn't, and we asked why. And he said that we would be charged with criminal mischief.
On X, Governor Ron DeSantis saying he wouldn't let state roads, quote, be commandeered for political purposes. And now with police and state troopers on site watching over, the black and white crosswalk briefly remained.
Having the police sit and watch over us is a sign of the times. It's unsettling, but it is sadly becoming the new normal.
Soon after, demonstrators, including State Representative Ana Escamani, spoke with authorities about the legal grounds to demonstrate, eventually finding a way to color in the crosswalk lines.
Great to see the solidarity, but end of the day, it's sad that we're in a position where state resources are being used to enforce colors on a road. You know, you got potholes to fix, you got real crime to go after.
So ultimately, it's a safety issue. Okay, we don't want people getting hit because they're down on their knees.
The officers on the scene noted so long as the individuals didn't impede traffic, chalk was okay. Paint would lead to an immediate arrest, and if someone did impede traffic at any point, they'd be warned first before any arrests were made. Car. And so they went, gathering in teams to paint different lines, different colors. Like a game of catch on a neighborhood street, others shouted out for oncoming vehicles.
There's something kind of beautiful about chalk. We know it's going to be rained away, but we're going to come back. And we're going to keep coming back, and we're going to keep coming back.
Chris Blim says while the chalk isn't permanent, he hopes the message resonates for the next generation.
We're here for anybody who doesn't know they're okay to be themselves.
Protesters say they will keep filling the crosswalk with color. The city of Orlando has until September 4th to bring 18 other crosswalks that are considered decorative by the Florida DOT into compliance. A community fixture in Chapel Hill is officially back open. The exchange pool was torn apart by floodwaters from Chantal. There were damaged fences, ripped up concrete, and the pool itself filled with mud. But a community effort brought it back to life. Members at Exchange quickly got to work to clean up and repair as much as they could. Professionals were hired to put in new fencing and concrete. And over the weekend, there was a celebration for all of the people who played a role in bringing this pool back to life. Some repairs still need to be finished, including the kiddie pool. Hope they still get a few more weeks use out of it as our weather will start to turn a little cooler. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center watching the weather makers that will transform our weather.
Yes, it ended up being a good weekend to get in the pool, but we are looking at some big changes. A cold front comes through late today. That's going to drop our humidity noticeably. And of course, we'll take another look at the tropics. Nothing imminently affecting us, but there are definitely some storms out there to watch. We take a live look at Zebulon right now, and it is a little bit on the cloudy side. You can see that there above the town hall. We're seeing a mix of clear skies and clouds as folks are headed out the door right now, but plenty of sunshine on tap for today. 72 is our temperature, our dew point at 70, and 70, of course, being the measure of moisture in the atmosphere. That's fairly high. When our dew point's in the 70s, it does feel like summer. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s for Roxborough, South Hill, Rocky Mount, and Goldsboro. A little closer to the Triangle, mostly low 70s. It is 69 in Fuquay Varina and in Clayton, but 72 in Morrisville, at 72 in Knightdale and Rollsville, 71 in Cary and Apex. So a comfortable start for the kids as they head out to the bus stop this morning. A high of 87 in Raleigh, 86 in Durham, and 91 in Fayetteville. So it's on the warm side, but no 90-degree days. And then here comes our front. Notice it crossing the area around 2 o'clock. We're not likely to see any rain with this. It should be a dry passage with that front. And then drier air filters in behind it and cooler air also. Watch how our muggy meter drops. Today at tolerable, so that puts us at about 70 or upper 60s this afternoon. And then we drop it into the comfy zone for the rest of the week, really, all the way through Friday. It's really going to feel a very nice taste of fall. Our normal high is 88, and we'll see temperatures well below that starting tomorrow. 81 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, a high of around 80 degrees. So that gives us a nice drop. No 80-degree days in our forecast. As a matter of fact, so far this August, we have had one day in the 90s, which is incredible. We had 21 in June and 27 in July. Nice cool temperatures at night or in the morning to go along with it too. Our normal low is 68. We'll drop it down to 58 on Thursday morning. So the kids may actually need their jackets heading to school. Isn't that crazy? In end of August, early September. But enjoying the first day of school. Notice we really have no rain in our forecast, so that makes a nice start to school.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Prince on the big screen. How one of his most iconic performances is getting a brand new life starting this week. Plus, a Hall of Fame moment. What brought Serena Williams to the stage to honor her biggest rival. A huge music star hits the biggest movie screens. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Prince in IMAX. Prince, Sign of the Times, the superstar's self-directed 1987 concert film, has been digitally remastered and is set to be re-released in IMAX theaters for 1 week beginning Friday. More info and tickets at imax.com/Prince.
You stay the course. He'll be fine.
Not so much. Back in April, Paramount announced it was renewing Dexter Original Sin for a second season. Now, according to Variety and The Hollywood Reporter, the studio is not going forward with the prequel series, but it is making plans to extend the follow-up series, Dexter Resurrection. The finale of that show's first season is set for September 5th.
My daughter is caught up in something, and I'm afraid it's my fault.
Max Martini plays a disgraced investigator searching for his daughter in Hollywood Grit. Tyrese Gibson and Patrick Duffy also star in the period action flick, which is now playing in limited release. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The International Tennis Hall of Fame has 3 new members. Stars Maria Sharapova and Mike and Bob Ryan were inducted into the Hall of Fame in Rhode Island over the weekend. Sharapova was the first Russian woman to ever reach #1 in the rankings. The Bryan twins are considered one of the greatest doubles teams of all time. Now, in a surprise appearance, Serena Williams inducted her longtime rival Sharapova. In her acceptance speech, Sharapova said she will forever be grateful to Williams for bringing out the best in her. 4:56 now. Ahead on our 5 o'clock news, part of the major road in Raleigh is closed this morning. We'll explain what people need to know as crews try to repair a broken sewer line. And filling vacancies. Durham Public Schools still looking to fill positions as thousands of students return to the classroom today. Why school leaders say they are working on investing in their staff. Plus, online safety. You get warnings about scams, but your kids might not. 5 on Your Side shows you how to talk about online scams with your student.